My name is Lauren Setzer-Smith. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Canada, and I am a singer. A singer-songwriter, not an actress, one day. But I write songs all the time for myself, sometimes for other people. But I'm kind of an influencer on the internet, and I post on social media all the time.
Now I remember when you called me late at night. I give you my hours and advice, just trying to fix you and all your daddy issues, but now I don't even miss you anymore.
I started doing music at just a very young age. I was so drawn to sound, and I would just know all the lyrics to every song on the radio, and my parents at 3 years old would be like, how does our daughter know all the words to The Killers? She's only heard it 3 times. And they just recognized I was really into music. Nobody in my family plays an instrument or really has any musicality in them, but they just recognized I was really into it, so they would buy me CD players and karaoke machines. I would come home with flyers and want to join all the talent shows and everything I could in my small town, and they were just always extremely supportive. And when I was 11, I entered a competition to sing with Keith Urban, and long story short, I ended up getting to go on stage, and my family met him, and we uploaded it to YouTube, and it got 3 million views or something like that. And I think that was the moment my parents realized our daughter can actually sing. This seems like something she really wants to do with her life. And so I just continuously made videos all the time and sang all the time. I would tell everyone I'm going to be an artist one day. And when I was 15, I had a video that went really viral on Facebook. And that was kind of the moment I started doing it full time and writing and working with other artists and flying out to the States to do things. And just kind of as time progressed, I went on American Idol. I started posting more on social media. TikTok came around. I started teasing songs and writing a lot more, and stuff blew up, and now we're here. I've always songwritten my whole life, and I've always written things down and come up with things in my head, but I grew up in such a small town around no other musicians and artists and writers, so I wasn't really able to be in songwriting sessions. But when I auditioned for American Idol, I met one of my best friends who I write with all the time now, and she kind of asked me, she's 10 years older than me, and she was like, hey, do you songwrite at all? And I was like, I love songwriting, but I've never really been in a session. And she was like, no worries. It was the middle of COVID, and she was like, let's just do Zoom FaceTime sessions and make it work, and it'll be great. And so she kind of, for a couple months, just kind of taught me, this is what I do when I songwrite. This is what maybe you can do. There's different ways to do it. And we just spent months writing on the phone together. And then she basically said, hey, you should come up to my house. I live in LA. And I went and basically lived with her for 4 months. We wrote every single day that I was there for us, for other people, for my projects. And I literally wrote every single day when I was with her, kind of found my sound, found my writing style, figured out what I wanted to do as an artist. But even when I first started songwriting, I'm such an oversharer with my emotions and everything in my life. I just have so much childhood trauma and just all these breakups, and feel like I've lived a million years. And so even when I started writing with my friend, she was like, you have been through so much stuff that we can write about and put on paper, and you're always coming up with random ideas, and when you're never writing them down, we need to be hopping on this and making sure we're getting art out of this, because this is amazing. And she kind of just taught me how to do it and how to songwrite, and now it's just a natural instinct of anything that goes wrong in my life, it's already in a song. Songwriting is literal therapy for me. I feel so much better after I leave my songwriting session. The situation has closure. I just feel absolutely amazing. I'm never going to talk about this person again. The situation is over. We have closure. But the main reason I do music and write is to inspire other people and help other people. So when I am writing, go into it thinking, what can I say that's going to influence somebody to feel a certain way or feel better about their situation? And writing it and other people relating to it also makes me feel a lot less alone about what I went through, because I realize millions of people have gone through the exact same thing. So I think we all, my fans, get relatability and get to feel like they're not alone, and I also feel like I'm not alone in the process as well. I get tons of messages from people. My favorite message is when a fan messages me and tells me I just went through a breakup, or I've been super depressed lately and feeling really down, and your song literally got me through the entire situation, because growing up I went through very similar things or tragic events, and music is exactly what got me through it. And I've always wanted to be an artist whose music cuts through to people like that. And so to hear that my fans genuinely get that response from my music and feel helped and feel healed and feel like they just have an artist to look up to is the best part about being an artist.
I guess the flowers aren't just used for big apologies. I guess I should have been more conscious how you spoke to me. Cause when we fight, you give me space and I communicate. And for a while, I thought that's what I should appreciate.
Yeah, Flowers definitely feels like my learning song, where I'm being sad and I'm talking about the past, but I'm also talking about being in the present with a current boyfriend and everything I've learned from it. And the takeaway I wanted everybody to have was, we can be heartbroken and things can happen to us, but you're going to meet someone one day and you're going to feel better and you're going to feel healed and understand everything that you completely ignored and the red flags that we all missed together. And so that definitely feels like the learning song. Yeah, I would say the album, like the songs I've already released, are a great representation of what my album is going to be. There is definitely some new, different, fun kind of pop upbeat stuff that I love, that is happy, some that is not happy, but the concepts and just sonically with Fingers Crossed and Flowers are both on the album, is a great representation of what you guys can expect. And there's going to be sad, there's going to be happy, there's an emotion for no matter what you're feeling on the album. I would say it's easy for me. I don't usually write about stuff unless I've already kind of healed from it a little bit. I don't like get broken up with and the next day I walk right in being like, let's write a song. I've like already been to 6 therapy sessions about it, and I like understand my perspective, their perspective, and now I'm going in with a good head on my shoulders. I would also say a lot of the people I write with are like very close friends, like family at this point, so I feel comfortable being able to express my emotions to them. Like, they already know about the situation before I even tell them I want to write about it. Like, they know I'm going through a breakup. They know what's going on in my personal life. So I find it easy to kind of talk to them. But I'm just an oversharer, and I will tell anybody absolutely anything about my life. So probably that makes it a little bit easier for me. I feel like, in a way, I don't try to be different. I just go in and be myself and write what I want to write and sound like what I want to sound like. I feel like when people go out of their way to attempt to be different, that's when it doesn't work out for you. I think it's always important to be yourself, and like if you sound like another artist, just if that's what you feel is you, do that. And I just think, fortunately, I've been through so much, and at a young age, like I go to therapy and like I understand things that I've been through in such a way that I'm able to put them on paper in like a very metaphorical concept that just makes sense. So I would say probably just have I've gone through so much stuff that I understand at like a mature level, that's why I'm able to write songs like that. I mean, I would love a Grammy one day. I would love my album to go platinum. But really just hoping that people connect with the music and that it helps people and people feel inspired and healed from their breakups and their sad times.